Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Hardcore Legacy League. It's a solo self-found Deadeye and we use Ice Shot as our primary attack. Last episode was a stream that I did after we completed the story progression and ended up in Act 4. End result of the stream is that we now have a 6-socket Death's Harp. But unfortunately, RNG was pretty good in actually getting the 6 sockets, but turning 6 sockets into anything more than a 4-link, unfortunately, it didn't come to pass. So we're still using our normal setup with Ice Shot, Cold Pen, increased critical strikes and weapon elemental damage. No, buffed up, we are doing just over 6000 DPS, so for a tier 1 map that should be fine. But for a very first map, we will be running the desert. And we will have areas of shocking ground, and we will have a physical reflect. Our Ice Shot is 100% cold conversion, so that won't matter. Our physical, there's going to be a little bit of physical damage on Frenzy, that only benefits from 40% damage conversion. So there's going to be a little bit of physical damage there. But the damage numbers there are low enough that I don't think it really matters. Via the skill tree we got Vile packs for instant leech. So I think that's going to be mostly alright. We are level 73, nearly 74. Managed to get phase acrobatics. So the next goal is to get some extra frenzy charges. We have Frenetic up there. And we have further down here. Let's see if we can amp our damage up a little bit. For Legacystones, there's a lot of things that come into play these days. For Legacystones, we're running around with Essence, so we're going to get 1 Essence mob. We will have a Domination Legastone of Protraction, so we get an extra Shrine and it lasts longer. And we will have 1 Invasion boss on the map, as well as the regular boss. I have stocked up on Prophecies, so they have an opportunity to trigger. Gonna get a bonus master somewhere. There's maybe if there's a Bitter Devil, it might drop a unique. There's a chance that it might actually pop the chest with divination cards. Ice from above, we could actually randomly get a Tempest here. Plague of Rats, it's indoors, Desert is outdoors. Bountiful Traps might trigger, that we get 6 strong boxes, and it might be that we get this one with many Devourers. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that could potentially go right or wrong depending on how it turns out, but either way it is start to run our very first map with our Ice Shot Ranger. In terms of resists, we are at negative 60 chaos, so I'm gonna try to not do any maps that have spider bosses or any other sources of guaranteed chaos damage, because I really want to get the resistances up, but gear with decent chaos resistance has been as difficult to obtain as more links on our Death's Harp. So also has the Prophecy.
Dust, wind, these are what forge strong minds and bodies.
The Prophecy to upgrade Death's Harp into Death's Opus. Oh, Devourers. That also has been very elusive. So let's see, get a feel for it. If we use Frenzy, part physical damage. It's a little bit of, we see life move a little bit, but it's manageable. And of course with Ice Shot, doesn't really matter. We do a lot of damage with Ice Shot. Hello there. Let's just see if we can freeze these buggers. And that is level 74. Nice. Okay, and the golem's coming back, so that means it's going to be quiet nearby. So first one I want to grab is further down here, because it gets us extra evasion rating per frenzy charge. That's the small defensive bonus. Okay, let's just clear the area around here for a little bit before we actually have a look at the Essence boss. So you have scouted the area roughly for Devourers and other things that could potentially jump in and spoil the fun. So what are you? Screaming Essence of Fear. Okay, so you get yourself a lightning trap. We're gonna put up a totem here, and then we'll just take a step out, and now it's really difficult to see what is my shocking ground and what is the game's shocking ground. But we're gonna give it our best anyway. Okay, becomes a bit difficult through the Corsairs to actually see the boss, but we kill the boss, we kill the Corsairs. Yesterday evening I did a live stream where I started in Dried Lake and then went through the mines and more Dried Lake and things like that. One of the things that is very clear to me is that this is very much not a sturdy character. We have a health pool, 3600 health. That's not a lot. It's hexproof, that doesn't really help a lot either. But we don't really have a lot of health going for us. So our ability to tank hits is, well, quite low compared to most other builds. And as such, I should just be even more careful than I normally am. And I know I have a habit of getting reckless when I feel confident. If I'm just killing things left and right, I definitely have a habit of getting overconfident and just playing less careful. And this is a build that simply cannot afford to do that. No, you just don't have a health full. We got some evasion to get rid of attacks. We have dodge to not get hit. But those are all chance-based things. Eventually you will get hit. So that's gonna hurt. And we have elemental damage resistance, sure. Physical damage is gonna hurt like a truck. Chaos's damage is going to hurt like 2 trucks. Or 1.6 trucks, I guess is technically. But no, let's round it to it's going to hurt like 2 trucks. We don't want to get hit by chaos damage. So, any map that has poison, for example, as a mechanic. Or features lots of spiders, full of ice blood. Let's actually take a step back. Here, have yourself a decoy. Or, no, that was a chance-based hit, actually, that got in there. And there we go. That was not the key I wanted to hit. Here, have yourself Hex Font, sure. The thing is, my mana is stable enough that Mana Flask with curse removal, really not useful. Because it just doesn't remove the doesn't remove the curses, because my mana, it just stays maxed out because I got way too much mana leech going on. That is actually something that I probably should have a look at. While leveling, I invested 2 extra skill points into mana leech to corpse stitch the invader boss. Let's take a step back and just take this nicely. There you are. Boom. That was corpse stitch. So invader taken care of. But though in the duelist area, I picked up the large mana leech wheel. Well, I should have only grabbed the, or eventually I only want to end up with the hybrid life and mana leech node. And well, if I do enough damage, the hybrid node's gonna be enough. If I don't do enough damage, then of course that's not gonna be it. Okay, someone is being annoying. That's you. But I have to say, it is a little refreshing to actually play a character that really doesn't have a lot of room for error. That really has a small margin for problems, just a small life pool, and is explicitly not designed to tank damage. Well, that's 2 of you. I don't think I want to be there anymore. Here. There's 3 of you. I even want to be less there. I want to be there even less now. Okay. Okay, let's step knight this. Okay, we got him. Oh, yes, there were 3. Luckily, I have got a fair chance of freezing things. Though, the problem remains, Death Harp is a normal, is a weapon from normal. The Prophecy turns it into a pretty viable weapon for later on. But the base item is simply a normal tier weapon. It's pretty darn powerful for normal. So you could say, maybe say if it's a cruel tier weapon. But running around in maps with it, you're underpowered. So if that then combined with the fact that my defenses are, well, not terribly optimized yet, that means that I will definitely actively be trying to avoid running difficult map mods. That's what I said to Twitch chat yesterday as well. If you see me running maps that have damage mods on them before I really got my defenses sorted out, just let me know, dude. Stop doing that. Because, well, I might forget. This early on, I'll try to be conscientious about it. Because my ability to just absorb single hits is really not good. So we just want to make sure that mobs are not dealing more damage than they ought to. And to be fair, I was actually debating whether I should reroll this one based on Shocking Ground. But then I figured, okay, Shocking Ground is something that I can decide whether I get affected by it or not. I just have to pay attention to positioning. Not one of my best skills, but it is it's something I have under control. So I should simply deal with it. But similarly, Legacystones, something like an Onslaught, which just gives all the monsters faster attacks and faster movement. That's effectively just empowering them. That's not a good idea. But on the other hand, there's something like Invasion, where we just get an extra unique on the map. That's fine. It's like running Dried Lake, but just one level higher. So in the same vein, giving mobs a little bit more life, that's okay. Though, in fairness, giving mobs more life, it does make them more difficult to get frozen. But that's actually a map I didn't go with yet. I rolled another one that actually had more life for mobs. I think we should just empty our pockets, because we got quite some stuff. Would be nice if we encounter Zana soon-ish as well. Because then at least we can get the mapping device back in the hideout, because having to go up and down to the Eternal Lab, slightly clunky. Though you do get an appreciation for the mapping device once you've unlocked it. It is that simple. And then we pick this along. Good. Okay, and here we are with the boss. Splinter Leech. Question is, who is real, who is not? You are walking, that makes you real. Dang. That one's walking, that makes you real. Also, someone killed my golem. You're real. Okay. Can we force it? Yeah, you are walking. Okay, so shock is something I should have applied slightly earlier. It really works against bosses. And there we are. Splinter Leech's boss is dead. But we're not there yet. Still a bunch of Devourers left to murder. Also, let's not stand on shocking ground. Really bad idea. Okay, let's see how many are remaining. Right, you can actually see that up there, 50 plus. Other than that, I think we've done most of the other main tourist attractions for the map here. Oh, things like killing the invasion boss and things like that. But having defeated the boss and the prime attractions does take a little bit of the pressure off. I must say there is a pleasant amount of rare foes here. Compared to, let's say, Dried Lake. It feels like there's more now. Okay, maybe I should have actually physically dodged that one. Okay, yeah, that one was too large. Whoop. Also, pro tip, if a devourer pops up next to you, don't instantly shoot it. If it's volatile and you shoot it and you kill it, it will take you out. Like this though, it's at a distance, so that's good. And we murdered all the devourers. So that gives us space for another prophecy. Hopefully the one with the Death's Opus. 8 mobs remaining. Well, that's just gonna be a couple of strays here and there, so that would mark this map as a done. So let's see, desert. Sweet. So that's that one done, taken care of. Jungle Valley has a spider boss, so I'm actually gonna skip that and just move straight over to the beach. I have enough tier 2 maps that I can actually just jump into the beach and ignore the other one. And then eventually in the future, once Chaos Resistance has been sorted out, I'll tag that one off. But for now, that was the desert. Slow and steady, and we made it out alive. So with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.